Hi, this is Rob, and we're back here where we built two test bed gardens, or not test beds, but we built two raised bed gardens in Los Angeles. And they asked us to come back and amend the soil for them and add the soil, and they asked what soil or what they should get, so we named them a few items, and so here they are, and we want to show you what they are, so when we amend the bed, we can show you as we amend them, and they get the good grow, and we come back and do our follow-up and see how good they did. So what I want to do is start out right here. We got some Gaia Green, some rock dust that we're going to use. And then we come over to the Pure Worm. It's the Worm Gold Plus worm castings. We got 2 bags of those. We're going to use 1 bag in each garden. Okay, and then of course we come over to my favorite, the Azomite. We got a couple of bags of Azomite that we'll be using. And over here, one of the most important ingredients I think of the garden is this right here, which is your coco coir. Now we use a coco coir instead of peat moss because coco coir actually retains the water. Where peat moss might retain the water, but once it dries up, you'll never hydrate it again in the summertime because it takes too long for it to absorb. Remember, peat moss spends its life fending off water, so a good additive instead of peat moss is coco coir. Make sure it's a good coco coir because some is washed, some isn't, so you want to check the source of the coco coir. But this retains water really, really well, so in your garden, as your water is coming out, it's going to retain it, and we'll show you right here where we've been mixing some coco coir up. Okay, you see that? Really nice. Look at that, water just coming right out, but it retains it, okay? So you got this, you see it looks kind of dry, moist, but it's actually pretty wet, so this retains water really well. This is some that we mixed up, we broke up the block and we've inoculated it with the items that you see right here. So we want to continue down the line. We got some perlite here, and of course some perlite, some really light stuff. It will keep the soil aerated. It also has water absorbing capabilities where it absorbs some water and slowly release it back into the soil. It'll keep your soil from compacting. And then of course the main ingredient in the soil, some of my favorite, is Dr. Earth. Dr. Earth soil. Some really dark, rich, good looking soil. We really like it. We recommended that you get the Dr. Earth, the organic and certified blend vegetable garden. Some really good stuff from Dr. Earth. And then we have some biochar that we're going to be mixing up, and this is the Blue Sky biochar that you have right here. And what we're going to do with this is we're going to mix it up and inoculate it with some of the stuff you see here. Put it in a bucket with some water, put it in with the Azomite, the rock dust, the Worm Gold casting, mix it all up and let it ferment for a couple of days, and then it'll be ready to add to the garden too. As you see right here, we're breaking up some of the coco coir where we started, where we just absorb it in, and as you see how it breaks up, as you absorb it with water. So we're going to be doing all this coco coir, all that over there, doing the mixture, putting the Dr. Earth in the soil, and then we're going to plant for them. So we'll come back and show you as we're mixing how we're doing it on the next episode. So we'll be right back with that. Okay, this is Rob, and we're back, and we're ready to add the soil to the garden. And we wanted to show you first what the soil that we are adding, because we really like the soil. But the first one is this Dr. Earth. I want to show you why we like it so well. It's a rich, nice, rich black. Looks really good. And this is what the main medium that we're going to be using is our Dr. Earth. And as you can see, we got it all around the garden here, so we're going to be using the Dr. Earth to put it in here. And also, as we showed you earlier, we got our coco coir that we amended yesterday, and we're going to be mixing this in with the soil also because it's really good at holding water. If you remember, I squeeze it and you can just see the water running out. So we're going to use this for water retention. We're using it instead of peat moss because we think it's much better because it won't dry out. It just keep holding the moisture, and that way it will hold for the plants, because in the loose soil like you're composting Dr. Earth, remember the water is going to fall down real quick and drain out. So you want something that's going to retain that water, because when you're retaining the water, you're also going to retain some of the nutrients in the soil too. So the coco coir is what we think is the best. We've had some of our other customers try it and had some real positive response back from that already. So we highly recommend the coco coir, and that's what we're using here. We're also mixing in some other grow mulch and some diatomaceous earth we're going to put on top. That way any insects that are around, ants, or as you see, ants, roaches, earwigs, we're going to have to be able to take care of them with the diatomaceous earth. We think this is some really good stuff too. So now we've got the soil planted, and as you see, the Dr. Earth, it's a really rich soil, nice and moist, and we haven't even hydrated it yet. Okay, so we got some of that, we got some of the coco coir that you put in that we told you about, and we're really, we're really impressed with the coco coir, the way it holds water and retains the water, so we mixed it up with the Dr. Earth. We also put some Worm Gold Plus castings in there, we put azomite, and we put the Gaia Green Glacial Rock in there, and let's see, what else did we put in there? Well, of course, the coco coir, but we're also going to amend it with some Bioblast that we're going to spray onto it, and some Vitazide. So this is it, and once you take a last look as we pan the bed there, and look how dark and rich that soil is, we expect to have some good growing. But most importantly, with the good growing, as we've always told you guys, when you have soil that is this good and this loose, water is going to fall right through it. It's just going to go right through because it's so soft in that. So the coco coir is going to be able to retain some of that water, retain the water and retain the nutrients. Remember that we amended the coco coir too. So if you buy coco coir, you have to look up the source, make sure it's good, because they have some bad coco coir out there. Some of it comes from the, so, like I said, it's so rich that the water falls through there. So what you want to do is you get that coco coir and make sure that it's washed, because like I was saying, that they have some bad coco coir out there that comes from around the beaches that has the salt in it. They don't wash it, and if you use that, you know, you're going to contaminate your bed with salt water and probably kill your plants. So you want to look up the source. There's a good source at Texas Hydroponic Shop that sells some good coco coir. They have free shipping. If anybody wants to know, just email us at Intelligent Irrigation LLC, or go to our page and email us on the info page, and we'll give you that link to the coco coir. But once again, the coco coir retains water, retains the nutrients, and we're really impressed with the way it does that, because it doesn't dry out. As you see, we mix it all in the bed, and we look for some good stuff from that, as opposed to the peat moss, because as the water falls through, that coco coir is going to retain it. So we're going to go on to the second bed, and we'll show you how that pans out. But for now, this is the first bed, and we're going to be planting in this bed. And once again, one last look at the nice, rich, dark soil of Dr. Earth planting mix. Okay, this is Rob again. What we're doing is we're hydrating the soil. And as you see, I got a water hose here. And we're going to hydrate it on top to get it all nice and soaked in. Kind of a break-in period. So this is what we suggest that you do. Right after you put the AquaJet in, you got the AquaJet set, then you hydrate your soil really good, like we're doing here. We've been doing this for about 5 minutes now, but we're going to do this, and we're going to run the AquaJet also. So as you can see, everything's looking nice and rich and wet. It's going to soak in and be ready to plant. Okay, we're going to plant in 2 days. We're going to plant some seeds here. And with the coco coir retaining the water, we don't think that's going to have a problem at all with the AquaJet and planting the seeds. But, you know, we'll check it out. You might have to water on top for the first couple of weeks, but we kind of doubt it. So this is what you do. You also run the AquaJet to hydrate it too. So you hydrate it on top with the hose, like this, to break it in, and also run the AquaJet. So this is Rob from Intelligent Irrigation, hydrating the bed, getting ready to plant the seeds, and we'll come back at you with the next episode in just a few minutes.